We're good.
Good.
Yes.
Good evening, everyone. I'm gonna call this meeting to order. This is a regular session of the mayor and council, city of Bisbee, county of Cochise, state of Arizona. Being held on Tuesday, August 6th, 2024 at 7:02 p.m. with our council chambers. Roll call, please.
Councilmember Juanetta Hill.
Right.
Councilmember Pete Skinner.
Here.
Councilmember Frank Davis is excused. Mayor Ken Budge.
Here.
Councilmember Leslie Johns is excused. Councilmember Mal Sweet.
Here.
Mayor Pro Tem Anna Klein. Here. City staff, Stephen Pockins, city manager, Ashley Coronado, city clerk, Carrie Bagley, finance director, Matthew Gurney, public works director, Tim Cox, police chief, Jay Ritchie, deputy police chief, Jimmy Richardson, fire chief, Joe Estes, city attorney.
All right, thank you, everybody. For a moment of silence, we'll have a little bit of personal reflection, and then we'll say a closing. Please, if we could all stand up for the group.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Well, I don't have any proclamations tonight or any major announcements. We will have an update on Main Street at the end of this session, at the end of this council meeting. I just want to say thank you to everybody that went out and voted. I think that was very important to get through that, and we have another one coming up in November, and I encourage everybody to turn out for that one too. All right, next order of business, call the public, which we have none signed up. We will move right on into general business. First order of general business will be accounts payable.
Accounts payable in the amount of $329,574.40.
A second.
We have a motion and a second. Do we have anyone? Questions?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead now.
Just clarification on page 2, city clerk. We just want to understand what's Doc United Imaging 1345. Is this what they do for us? What's the?
It is our web storage or our cloud storage for
Okay.
all of our documents, everything. We scan in and it's stored there.
Okay, that makes sense. Okay. On page 3. Also on your phones. Just clarification on those. Okay. What's Broad Boys City Hall, the 617 on their phones?
That's our city phone service. We have the voice over IP phones,
Okay.
and so that's who we pay.
I'm trying to understand all these. Thank you. Okay, we go to page, we're still on page 3. I'm sorry, Mayor, I just have to go through this quickly.
Sure.
Okay.
That's good.
Okay. Page 3. Okay, just one second. I have to go check it here. I have it here. Okay, just the numbers there. One second. Anyway, it's for under the police department and uniform for Gonzalez Pedro by 113235. Is it one person uniform or just the numbers that 1132 and 35?
I can.
Yeah.
Okay, you'll notice, under uniforms and clothing, there's 4 entries that are for FX Tactical,
Okay.
okay? And you'll notice that in the middle of the page on those lines, each officer has a uniform allowance,
Okay.
that is agreed to between the city and the police officers.
Okay.
So you'll notice 4 different, names, 4 different officers there. Okay, they spent portions of their uniform allowances And those are the payments for those.
So this is the total amount,
This is the total amount.
okay,
for-
because I don't see all the, yeah, okay, it's just
Yeah.
a number, okay?
Yeah, you'll see those on and off through the
Okay.
course of the year, because they don't all buy their stuff at the
Okay.
same time.
Okay, also, on the police department, is this, when you say Verizon for 72751 for phones, is this for multiple phones or one phone? For Verizon, so that's probably a cell phone, I'm assuming.
It's also air cards.
No, I'm not talking about they have some on the air card, this just says Verizon 72751.
Yeah, the 72751 is for cell phone service.
For multiple phones?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay. I have to finish these because if I don't, then it will-
And then just to explain.
Yes.
the Air cards,
yes,
those are the kind of like a Wi-Fi device.
yes,
They allow the unit in the police car to be able to talk.
yeah, those I understood, it's just that number that,
Okay.
okay, on postage on page 5. The numbers is a little bit, it says shipping charges return to Valley 170978. What was that? The shipping charges return Valley 170978. On
That
page
one-
5.
That was for our radios. The boat, was it? Yeah. Oh, yes. Yes, there was, some ballistic vests that needed to be returned.
Okay, so we paid the to return it?
Yep. They're hazardous material, you have. to-
Oh, okay, okay, so this is required for us to send back.
Yeah, they're
Okay.
considered dangerous.
Okay,
Okay.
that makes sense. Page 6. And just this clarification, it says on vehicle parts and labor, windshield, windshields for some, maybe I'm assuming it's by car for B5. But aren't these covered by insurance, must windshield, and we repair this, 64429. I thought usually these are covered by insurance, why, and maybe there's an explanation for this.
We don't get the insurance on windshields.
Oh, we don't?
It's not worth it for the amount of windshield we replace in a year, the cost isn't worth it.
Okay, I thought now just, maybe you can look into this, most insurance companies now, major insurance companies, it comes with,
No,
I
I
thought,
think-
you've looked into it, okay. Okay, so this will have cost you more.
And I can tell you that insurance companies will say that it's, you don't pay a cost for the windshield. But when they look at your claim history,
Yeah, like I don't,
It's
you know,
all there.
if you don't have a claim, we basically, give it to you for free,
No,
this
that-
I give it, yeah.
but the cost of replacing the windshield still goes on your claim history and still gets calculated towards your. What they're gonna charge you, because most windshields nowadays, especially with the ones that have to be calibrated. Can run anywhere between $1,500 to $2,000.
Yeah, I know, I had to do one of what comes, yeah, detect,
So the windshield companies will tell you, oh, it doesn't cost you anything, but it
yeah.
actually does, because it does have an impact on your rates.
Pay me now or pay me later.
Yeah.
Okay, on page 6 for administration equipment, we bought some furniture, office desk and chairs for 3,329. Is this?
Yeah, it was for a desk, a set of desks and chairs for the fire department.
And you had those in the budget, I had to ask that.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. It's a big, to buy, I mean, at this time. And the last question on page 7 for the University of Phoenix, $1,050.
Okay, yeah, that again is tuition for our public works director. As a condition of his employment, he was required to get his bachelor's degree. And so we are paying the tuition rate, but of course, because we were paying his tuition, he started at a reduced salary than what he would have if he had.
The only thing I need to know, is he passing? Is he checking the grade? Okay, and that's the reason I asked that question. I just want to make sure he's doing good.
And I think he's gonna be done by the end of the year.
Okay, I just need to make sure you're passing, that's all.
So we're gonna have a graduation party.
Yeah, that's the reason I asked the
Well, if he
question.
doesn't
And you-
pass, he doesn't get reimbursed.
Okay, all right. That's all I have. Okay, I just want to make sure you're passing, that's all.
Anna,
Okay,
I say you got a sheet up.
I do.
Okay.
I have a question. I'm not questioning the insurance because I know that, you know, we cover this, but on page 4, under the police department, we have the cancer insurance for Bisbee Fire. But on page 6, we have the cancer policy for Bisbee Fire. And it, you know, it's a little more there, but is that just a typo? Should it say BPD instead of B? Okay.
F instead of
BPD. And that's all, I have, just the typo.
Any more? Less? All right, great. That straightened her out. So we have a motion and a second to approve accounts payable, a amount of $329,574.40. All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Hearing none, the ayes have it, so moved. We'll move on to the item 2, which is approval of the consent agenda. We have 2 items. One is approval of the minutes from July 16th. And the other one's for a special liquor license application by Friends of the Bisbee Animal Shelter for an event at the Warner Hotel on September 15th. Everybody full anything? Seeing none, I'll make a motion to approve the consent agenda as listed items A and B.
Second?
We have a motion and a second to approve the consent agenda as shown, items A through B. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Hearing none, the ayes have it. All right, we'll move on to old business. Old business is item 3, is discussion and possible approval of a parking facility and right of way use permit for a special event agreement for the Bisbee Saturday Market for the use of Lower Vista every Saturday from September 11th, 2024 through September 11th, 2027 from 7:30 to 2 p.m. We put this on hold so that we could talk to the event holders and do a little tweaking to the thing, so I'll turn this over to City Manager Bob.
Thank you, everyone, and good evening. As the mayor said, this item was tabled at the last meeting because of the difference of the type of request it was from prior years. So I did speak with the Taylors a couple days after the council meeting. Explained to them that we may need to add some different language to their permit in order to make sure that we were covered, the city's spaces were covered on a multi-year agreement rather than the prior method that we used, which was a 1-year agreement. And so I sent them the text of the additional language that Joe crafted, the city attorney crafted for us, and then they called me back and said, we're good to go. And they got back to me in plenty of time to get on this agenda. So they are very happy with the entire program and wanted to continue just as it was. The only difference is that we will have some protection in the event of a quick exit. And they will have the protection of having a 3-year agreement as opposed to 1 year.
All right, also for discussion.
Just fiscal impact, that's on them, not on us, I'm assuming.
There was no change in the
5,260.
we've been the base fee is $100 a Saturday, and that will not change.
Okay. So this amount cover the year
Yes.
annually. Okay.
Yes.
So this is what you will pay us?
Yes.
Okay,
This
just
is
want to make sure, because
Yeah.
when you say fiscal impact, what does the impact, I will just declare it for
Oh,
everyone.
sure. I get it.
Okay,
Okay. Yeah, if you look at item number 11 on there, it says this is what I was speaking to is that if the parties change ownership, then we need to come back and make sure we approve what's going on. And that was just to take care of both sides, and they're happy. We didn't want to raise prices. We just wanted to keep them there. And and cover our costs. And that's what was negotiated before, so I'm very happy with it.
And they've done a good job of that.
And,
Yes.
and we did, at least Doug and I got a good chuckle, over the comment that, we weren't getting any younger.
Wow. Yeah, and never.
Yeah,
I won't say-
we don't want to go into this now.
I won't say what Tracy said.
All right, any other comments? So, entertain a motion then for item 3.
I move to approve the park facility and right-of-way use permit and special event agreement for the Bisbee Saturday Market for the use of Lower Vista every Saturday from September 11th, 2024 through September 11th, 2027, from 7:30 a.m. to 2 p.m.
Second,
We have a motion and second for item 3 to approve the parking facility right away use permit for our Saturday market for the next 3 years. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye, opposed nay. Hearing none, the ayes have it. So moved. All right. That moves us on to new business. New business is item 4. This is discussion of possible approval of amendment to the memorandum of understanding between the city of Bisbee and Step Up Bisbee Naco. You're back at it.
Okay, thank you. Real quickly, the purpose of this is that, quite frankly, you had approved an earlier MOU when the property was donated to the city a year or so ago. It came to our attention a couple of weeks ago that we were about to expire, so we had to renew the agreement under any circumstances. In discussions with Step Up, also came to light that the previous MOU wasn't entirely clear what was to happen with any proceeds from the sale of the property if and when we do so. So Joe added language into the contract that makes it clear that if and when we sell the property, the proceeds from that sale would go to Step Up Bisbee Naco for the workforce housing program.
But for discussion, questions on this? This is the 16 something acres that's out on the.
Yes.
Just for clarification, so people out there know.
Yeah.
Seeing none, I entertain a motion for item 4.
I move to approve the amendment of the memorandum of understanding between the city of Bisbee and Step Up Bisbee/Naco Inc.
We have a motion and second to approve the memorandum of understanding between the city of Bisbee and Step Up Naco. All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed nay. Hearing none, the ayes have it. So. Moving on to item 5, this is discussion possible approval of a contract for item exhibit design services to provide services as outlined in the RFQ dated May 3rd. This is for Camp Naco. Go ahead, Mike.
Evening. So this is for the exhibit design consultant. This consultant will work with the architects on as they design, in particular, the museum building, make sure that the infrastructure goes in to support lighting, sound systems, the type of things that will be needed to support the exhibits. And they'll also be developing kind of a vision document as to kind of what the design of the exhibits will look like. And then designing contract documents for fabrication of the exhibits. And the plan is to have, when we open, our goal is to open in December of 2026, open the museum, and that we'll have start off with an exhibit on Buffalo Soldier history. So they'll be, again, starting working with the architect, developing a comprehensive vision document for visitor experience on the site, and then developing design and construction documents that would be the exhibit for the opening of the museum. It was a really good process. We actually had 7 submittals from all over the country from exhibit designers. We had a very committee that reviewed all the submittals and ranked them. And then we actually interviewed the top 5 and decided on Ideum as being best fit for the project. IDM is located on New Mexico. Other submitters were from New York, East Coast, we have one from Illinois, we only have one from Arizona. But IDM was the best fit. We checked the references, which were outstanding, so we're recommending that you work to achieve the IDM. And we have the contract and contract.
They're not actually gonna make the
Correct. They are not fabricated. They have some fabricating capacity, but they will, for anything that needs to be built, they'll develop the construction documents and then we'll find like perhaps a local fabricator that should put that together.
they'll take care of the lighting.
Yeah, lighting, there's like any like multimedia stuff, the digital stuff,
So that all gets designed in the contractor, so
yes,
they're in the right places.
right, so we have all the wiring running to the right places and.
Okay. My question, anybody else? All right, we're getting into the nuts and bolts, really.
We really are, yeah.
Cool.
My favorite part.
My favorite part's cut.
can I just say something? Last week, you guys had some student visitors.
Yes.
They were so happy. I got to meet some of them at my shop.
Oh, did they go?
Yeah,
Oh, cool.
Yeah, that was,
Yeah,
pretty
that
exciting.
was a nice group. I got to talk to them and they were excited, yeah.
Yeah.
Actually,
I was happy to see that.
Yeah,
actually did a little blood smearing. with it.
Yeah.
All right, motion for item 5.
I move to award the contract from Camnaco Exhibit Design Services to IDM in the amount of $79,156.
I second.
We have a motion second to approve the contract with IDM Exhibit Design Services. All those in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, nay. There none, the ayes have it. So moved. Then we'll move on to item 6, this discussion of possible approval of award of a contract with West Fund Engineering and Environmental Services for archaeological monitoring at Camp Naco, the amount of $20,797. They're on again.
right.
Spending more.
Yes, as part of our grants and that the Camp Naco site is designated as a national historic site. We're required to do archaeological survey and monitoring once we start doing disturbing the soil. Trenching for utilities, doing some of the demolition. So we have to have a registered archaeologist oversee that. What we've also done in figuring out how to get the monitoring done with, because we're, a couple hours away from Tucson. So we, last spring, towards the end of the school year, we contacted Cochise College and we asked, would they have any students that might be interested in learning how to do the archaeological monitoring? Any of their students in their anthropology or archaeology classes. So I want to introduce 2 of our students that are here this evening. Maddie and Gracia, they are both from Cochise College and they done some training with them on monitoring. They participated last week when the Hope students were here, so they learned about Adobe and plastering. They've been doing research on some of the artifacts that were found on the site and doing a very good job identifying all these different little things that have been found out there and doing some research and giving us some information on it. This week, they're gonna also do kind of an assessment of the buildings, looking at basically cataloging the areas where there was water damage from when the roofs were leaking, so that we can put there where the contractors say an idea of all the areas in the buildings that have damage from the Adobe. So anyway, we asked, invited them to be here tonight so they can, be part of this and also see how city council works. So I'm glad they're here and they've been doing a great job.
And they'll be reporting to Westland then?
Yes, they will be working with the archaeologists from Westland. This work had previously been awarded to Desert Archaeology. They had fallen significantly behind schedule and things just weren't, they weren't meeting expectations, so we decided, I spoke with Mr. Estes, Mr. Potvin, we decided to be best to kind of have ties with them. Westland had also submitted a proposal at that time, they were the second ranked, company. And, we received this proposal from them to, where those are archaeology and whatnot. So they will be completing that scope work.
Good. Hope they paying your tuition. Questions, comments? Council, go ahead.
Just a comment, I just think it's a great opportunity for these young students to get some hands-on training and, you know, what an opportunity for you guys. I hope you enjoy it.
Not sure your name will go on the plaque, no. But we do appreciate it. You know,
Yeah, they're doing great. I also want to say there is another intern, wasn't able to be here this evening, but we did give her the link so she could check out the meeting on Zoom. And she just, she was out of town for the summer, but she just started. And then we also had the opportunity to have one of the high school students, help out this summer. He did a great job too. So yeah, we've been providing a lot of, learning.
Very nice.
They are actively involved, right?
Yes, yes, they are.
all right,
Mike, just one question. Was there a termination fee or penalty with the other company?
No, it was, we had a, there was a 60-day termination, and either party could terminate. At the time, I notified them that we were terminating the contract. I asked them to kind of complete, the work that they had been working on. They were making some revisions to a report and to send me their invoice, so, I haven't seen any other invoice or any indication for anyone that they were expecting additional funds.
anything else? Seeing none, I'll entertain a motion for item 6.
I move to approve the contract for archaeological monitoring at Camp Naco to Westland Engineering and Environmental Services in the amount of $20,000, $796.
A second,
Motion on second for item 6, discuss, which is a contract with Westland Engineering Environmental Services. And our great people from Richards College. All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Hearing none, the ayes have it. Moves. Thank you very much. You bet, thank you. All right. Item 7, this is discussion of possible approval of resolution R-2413. Supporting the Bisbee Bus Transit Program and the application for 5339 grant funds to operate our Bisbee Transit Bus System. Public Works Director.
Thank you. Good evening, Mayor and Council. So this is a pretty straightforward, just, requesting approval of resolution R-24-13, supporting the Busy Bus. We are, coming for you to, go for a grant. It's under the ADOT grant, 5339. We usually go under 5311. Lately, the last, few cycles, we've been noticing they've been pulling, the amounts down and not doing capital improvement projects like, putting, funds in for buses. Excuse me. And so they started to come out with this 5339 for, capital improvement projects such as, purchasing buses, or, and other, items. So this is, that we will be going out for, to purchase a new bus. It won't be, there's no physical impact with this, for tonight. That'll be in a different, budget year for that, but this is just so we can go out to bid for the grant.
All right, gotta keep the buses replaced. The wheels go round and round. Is that what they say? All right, questions, comments?
yeah. Do you have an idea how much you'll be asking for, how much these grants? are?
I think for the local match, the what we pull, I think it's gonna be around 40,000. I think the cost is around $173,000.
That's what cost us, and
Yeah,
then this.
no, that's what will cost total, and
Okay.
then our local share will be around 40,000.
So the rest will try to get through.
Yeah, we don't have a final budget on that we're gonna be taking yet, but this is just so we can go out for the grant.
Oh,
Any other comments or questions? Entertain a motion for item 7.
I move to approve resolution R 24 13 in support of the Bisbee Bus Transit Program and its continued administration and operation through various grant applications to the Arizona Department of Transportation, accepting 5339 grant funding and providing match in fiscal year 25-26 if awarded, and authorizing the mayor to sign all applications and grant contracts.
I'll second that. I'm not repeating it. All right, this will be a vote on item 7, approving resolution R 24 13 as presented. All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
I,
Opposed, nay. Hearing none, the ayes have it. So moved. One more thing on the bus. This is item number 8. This is discussion and possible approval to accept the city of Bisbee bus title 6 document for 2024.
Thank you. So this is, we got real easy tonight. So this is just to accept, the city of Bisbee, Bisbee Bus Title VI document for 2024. We have to have this, to be able to work with our grants and have a grant with ADOT and to function, through the ADOT, system. And those of you, I don't know, I had to look it up. I think I had known about it, but I was like, I want to make sure what Title VI is. So you don't know, Title VI is the Civil Rights Act of 1964. It's federal law that prohibits discrimination based on race, color, or national origin in programs and activities receiving federal finance assistance.
So only 29 pages.
Yeah, it's very long, but yeah, this is so we can, keep our buses going.
Sure. And discussions. Comments? One last motion. Who's gonna do it?
I move to approve to accept the city of Bisbee's Bisbee Bus Title 6 document for 2024.
Second.
We have a motion and a second for item 8, this approval of the city of Bisbee bus title 6 document for 2024. All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
I,
Opposed, nay. Hearing none, the ayes have it. So moved.
Thank you.
Thank you. That's item, business, item 9, is the city manager's report.
Okay, thank you. Just a couple items real quickly, update on Main Street. Mayor, Matt, and Logan and myself, met out on Main Street at the site of the fire. With the purpose of us trying to determine when and how we can remove the, what do we call it, the
Jersey barrier.
the Jersey barriers and the associated, bracing, that's the word I'm looking for. From those two buildings, so we can reopen up Main Street. We met with the, representatives for Letson and also their contractors, and, it would appear that we are in a position, now to start removing the bracing. The Letson, the wall that they had to construct between the two buildings is now complete, set, cured. And they feel confident now they don't need that brace, so. And our brace, of course, was to support their building. So, now our brace is not on our building, it's on the building next door, at 28 Main Street. And, in order to remove that bracing system, we are also going to have to dismantle the part of the wall that it was holding up. So that process will require us to remove it brick by brick. We don't want to put any more waste into Pamela's building because she just spent a lot of money cleaning it out. And we also don't want to create a dangerous situation out on the sidewalk or on the street. So we are getting under the mayor's emergency authority that was granted in the fire took place. We are getting a quote from the contractor that's working on Letson building to dismantle that section of wall for us. I'm sure it looks much bigger up close. It's about 8 feet high and about 4 feet wide. But considering we have there's 2 in some places, 3 courses of brick. So it will be time consuming. It'll take a day or 2 to get it down. The bracing will be gone then at the same time. We're making arrangements to remove, we will remove both Jersey barriers. We own one. Letson owns the other one. And we will move those to a location so that we can remove the rest of the barriers. And when we get done, probably just have the current fencing that's blocking off 2830 Main Street will remain in place. This will take a little bit of time. You know, we don't want to make any promises we can't keep. But we feel fairly confident that if everything goes smoothly, there's no hitches, we should be able to open Main Street up again, probably end of September, end of August. I'm sorry.
And I had a long day with that, no.
End of August, first part of September. And if we're real lucky, maybe a little bit sooner. Now, simultaneously, we'll be removing the bracing on the backside. That will not open Commerce Street. So, we will continue to use Commerce Street as a staging area. We also did identify some structural damage that took place on the timbers that hold Main Street, Commerce Street up. And we've already had Doug Graham down with Public Works in the channel. We've identified some structural members that will need to be replaced. Doug feels at the present time as if we should be able to do a little bit of jacking, remove this, you know, they failed structurally, but they more rot than, you know, they probably would have failed if they weren't 100% old. So we're going to try and remove those and replace those with fresh timber so that we can make Commerce Street safe for heavy equipment. Again, it was heavy equipment that caused the failures, quite frankly. We all know what was back there the night of the fire. And subsequent with cranes and other types of equipment that, quite frankly, that street was not designed to hold. So we'll be doing that, but after we will open up Main Street. Now, just a note of caution, that does not mean Main Street will be open every day from now on. Part of the reason is because, well, you now own a property on Main Street that needs cleaning. And we'll probably have to move some of that hazardous material out through the front of the road. In order, but we'll try to do that at the least disruptive times of day that we can, even if we're able to do it at night. We did have to go back out to bid for the contractors. So when we do talk to the bidders, when we open bids up, we're going to have that discussion with them so that we can keep Main Street as least disruptive a thoroughfare as possible, because it's been, what did you say, 6 months now?
Yeah.
14th
is the anniversary.
Yeah, since the fire. So, and then, like I say, Commerce Street will remain pretty much closed to traffic at this point. But I will remind everyone that we did get a $200,000 engineering grant to re-engineer Commerce Street so that we could get another grant to rebuild Commerce Street. I mean, we're talking several years up the road at this point, but we are currently In fact, I think it's Westland Resources is, that's it, yeah. Kimberly Horn, I'm sorry. Kimberly Horn is the contractor for the engineering for Commerce Street. It will be a while yet before they're at a point where we can, call it good on that, so. Things are moving, again, and hopefully, we'll be able to celebrate, I don't know if we want to have a grand opening party on Main Street or not, that's a.
I just wanna see cars
Yeah.
and trucks.
Yes.
That trucks, yes, absolutely. So, and that's, my report on that item. Just one other item, as long as Mike's here tonight, and his assistance, because the, Mellon agreement, Mellon grant agreement, was, so well administered by the Camp Naco team. Last week we received the rest of the Mellon grant money. That's $1.5 million. So they would not have given us the money if we were not performing to their expectations. So congratulations to the Camp Naco team, Mike, and all. Good job, those folks. For getting us to the next level, the level that's my favorite level, construction. And that's all I have to.
If I might just add a little tiny bit about Commerce Street, you understand that we do wanna fix it, but we're under monsoons right now. You don't wanna put anybody in there that's worked very much with all the water and everything else. So, yeah, so, yeah, somewhat people wonder why things move slow, but we have to do it in a safe manner, so just want to add that, but, you know, we can live without commerce if we can get.
Yes.
All right.
It needs to.
If, that's all, I entertain I'll actually make a motion that we, cause my
Yeah.
partner here is not here anymore, to, in the meeting, all those in favor, or 90 seconds?
Second.
So adjourn the meeting, all those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay, we are adjourned, thank you.